let's now talk about, as far as Rahul Gandhi and Congress party is concerned, it continues to up the ante against the centre over the vote chori narrative, and it is now using it as the major poll plank ahead of the elections in Bihar in particular. Now, furthering the narrative, the Congress government in Karnataka has taken yet another big step against the EVMs. The Karnataka Sarkara has made some new recommendations to the State Election Commission, and this has now sparked a political slugfest in the state. So here's what has happened and this recommendation that has been made by the state government. They have now urged the state poll body to use only ballot papers for the local body elections and not the EVMs. Further, they have urged the State Election Commission to prepare and revise the voter list for various local body elections. That includes Gram Panchayats, municipal corporations, the city municipal councils, and not to depend on existing electoral rolls for the assembly elections. Now, when it comes to the Congress government's recommendations to the state election poll body, it has now kick-started a fresh political tussle in the state. The Congress that has even made it clear that they will introduce new laws and do whatever is necessary to ensure that the State Election Commission does not use EVMs for the local body elections. However, the opposition, which is the BJP, has given a sharp retort, and they believe that the Congress is only getting desperate in the face of back-to-back defeats that they have been getting in other states. They believe that the Congress is also batting for ballot papers to rig the elections.
This was much anticipated. What Karnataka government has done by recalling the ballot paper instead of EVM, because Congress normally move backwards when the whole world move forward and the country move forwards. So there's nothing new. But definitely the courts of this land are there, and the court will decide what to do next. But this shows how desperate they have become. Anyway, ballots are also welcome for us.
Congress party in Karnataka has decided to use ballot papers instead of EVM machines for the local body elections. There is one book called India After Gandhi, wherein almost a leftist, Ramachandra Guha, writes that Congress party in every elections used to rig the elections by chemical rigging. Probably this is one of the reasons why D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah have decided for the local body elections they can rig the polls by using chemical rigging. Or they can go loot the ballot papers and take it away and press it in favor of the Congress candidates and win the elections. But Mr. D.K. Shivkumar or Siddaramaiah, let me tell you very clearly, people of Karnataka, all Kannadigas have decided very clearly to throw Congress party out of Karnataka.
Let's get a word from Neha, who's also connected with us. Neha, good morning. When we speak of the Congress, this is what they say in the decision that has now been made in the cabinet itself, that they are calling it as an erosion of confidence and the credibility of the EVM, citing the vote chori allegations.
Well, Amrita, that's right. The Karnataka government, the cabinet last evening has now decided that EVMs would be scrapped and that they would resort to ballot paper as far as the local body elections are concerned. Now, this has to do whether it's with the Greater Bengaluru authorities elections, whether it's to do with the local body, the municipal elections, or otherwise. Remember, of course, this is now a massive decision that's come in here in light of the vote chori allegations that have been made by Rahul Gandhi, which had stirred up a massive political row, particularly in the state of Karnataka as well, given that the Mahadevapura constituency was one among those affected, as claimed by Rahul Gandhi. As far as the opposition, of course, is concerned, we've heard from them here in the state of Karnataka stating that going back to ballot papers is not just regressive, but also possibly an attempt here to try and loot, the ballot papers and try and rig the elections. Right. As far as the GBA elections are concerned, it is pending in a couple of months now. Before that, we really have to wait and see how the State Election Commission now permits this or not, and what the final decision would be.
All right. So the cabinet decision was based on multiple complaints. What is being said was raised recently regarding flaws in the electoral rolls and the inclusion of many voters not residing in an area in Bengaluru. However, the BJP says that they are welcoming even when it comes to the ballot paper fight because it is the Congress that seems in a desperate mood. For the moment, thank you very much, Neha, for joining in.